Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Wrestling Mayhem Show 254. We got a full house. We got the full Skype lines. We got a full couch. We got a lot going on right here. People
we
are
got
talking
Danny
layers.
Tanner, Kimmy Gibbler's coming in the back door.
No, Danny Tanner is
back
no.
door.
She always comes in the
back
back
door.
door.
First, let's play around the world here. Finally, we got him up straight out of Corpus Christi, Texas. The Wrestle Fan. How are you doing this week? How's your
Hello,
mom?
folks.
And
I am doing great this.
How is week one of the Wrestle Fan project so far?
No one cares.
Week one.
Hey.
I've got some interesting suggestions.
Somebody get the lotion.
All right, we'll get to the rest of that in the gold. Moving on from the outer
Get
reaches,
it for me.
from the outer reaches of your mind, DJ Lunchbox. How you doing?
Ooh, I'm like Chris Angel on acid. I'm freaking your mind, but I'm doing it poorly.
You're like Damien DeMonico.
You trying to do a Macho Man impression?
It did kind of turn into one, didn't it? It was unintentional. It just happened that way.
That was an awesome
Sometimes you gotta talk like Macho
We
Man.
don't impersonate the
Don't
Macho
judge.
Man
Baba
on
says
this
not
show.
to.
Dude, have you seen Macho Man lately?
Hey, actually,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
see him.
before we get the, check the chat room. You'll
What?
see exactly where the Macho Man's been lately.
What's that? Where's he been? What's that? Where's RandySavage.tumblr.com? Oh man, this is going to be amazing.
It's the greatest vlog in the world.
Oh,
I was gonna
jeez.
plug it later, but since he came up
I
already,
didn't know he was friends with John F. Kennedy.
And he was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Fantastic. Mad Mike, straight from the Bronx. How you doing?
booyah! I'm here, I'm doing well, and I am ready for some Royal Rumbling.
I have to apologize. He may be a little bit sketchy tonight.
man.
I have him on one of the experimental Skype machines, so you might.
Randy
be a little
Savage was
loud.
at the
Always a
Last
little-
Supper?
Sorg, I'm always a little sketchy. It's all right.
Oh, there you go. And of course, on the couch we got, first of all, the man with the plan, with the charity plan, Chachi of ChachiSays.net, and also of
Oh, charity. I thought you said cherry.
ChachiPlays.com.
ChachiPlays.com. Like real quick, let's get it right off the bat out of the way.
Talk
What
to the
is
kids.
Chachi's Play? Chachi
Chachi
Plays.
Plays is a new extension of Make Room for Kids, a charitable organization that raises money for hospitals to have electronics and video games for children that are going to be there a while.
Excellent. I'm trying to bring up the site here. And you guys can check it out, ChachiPlays.com. And who's that guy? Who's that other guy on the couch?
That's
there?
that would be me. Hi, I'm me. I'm AJ. Hi. I was here like 3 weeks ago.
Something like that.
Something like that.
About a
yeah.
month ago.
I was here filling in for a Wrestle Fan who's studying. Mike was unavailable, so it was like me, Lunchbox, and Magus.
Magus, that's right.
Magus.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah,
That did- that
I
was a
decided
crazy-ass
this week
show.
that I decided this week I did have I was supposed to watch the president address Congress for a project, but I said fuck that. I'm going to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem show.
I don't think you said anything of the sort, but I'm sure that telling that you wouldn't say that to Obama's face either. So.
Oh.
Well,
It's
we
not
are more
Obama's fault
informative
to have
than
a
State of the
stupid.
Union address.
Yeah,
One
Obama's
inch.
pretty nasty in NBA Jam. I wouldn't want to fuck with him.
Yo, Obama boom shakalaka dunks every time.
That's right.
Obama and Bill Clinton, greatest tandem in NBA Jam history.
They would beat Scott Skiles and Neil Anderson every day of the week. Anyways. But I'm here, and I'm here to talk on the show and make fun of things.
There you go. Of course, if you
And
find
people-
us
And speaking of Magus, he and I have a slap bet
a slap
that will be a slap bet
I
that
think
will be
he talked.
commencing this weekend.
I think he talked about this when he was on the show.
Yeah, about whether or not Chris Jericho is going to be in the Rumble match.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Even though I said Chris Jericho would return at the Rumble,
Mhm.
the slapback commissioner deemed that I meant the Rumble match, even though that's clearly not what I meant.
Loopholes.
All I know is
So
that
we're gonna see what happens.
you're fitting to get slapped in the face, son.
I don't know. The Rumbles have 40 people now. Jericho could totally show up during it.
Like, anybody could show up at this point.
Oh yeah, anybody could show up. I think Coco Beware is wrestling this year.
Nice.
Actually,
you know
who
who
can't show up?
Fucking Macho
Matt
Man.
and Jeff Hardy.
Oh,
You know who'll show up?
Jeff.
Rob Van Dam, because he does it every year.
He'll find a way.
It's his contract.
All right. Anyways, if you've stumbled upon this mess, this crazy mess, it's WrestlingMayhemShow.com to find more of this. Or at Mayhem Show on Twitter. We got a lot of stuff going on over there. Maybe offenses to some young readers. You can also send emails to
Good times.
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com or grace us with your voice here at 412-206-WMS0. That's 9670 if you don't have letters on your phone.
Yeah, talk to him.
I don't think it will work on rotary.
Call us when you're drunk.
And of course, if you want to find out more about the WrestleFan project, that we did a little bit on this one, and some other fun stories, go check out the
Good
iPhone app.
times.
You got that up there, Mr. Mad Mike? No.
All right.
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
I can get my dealie up.
Where is my phone? I've lost everything.
I've
Why
lost
don't you
the
hit that
world.
thing on your app that says where your phone is?
Yeah, exactly. But there it is. There's a little bit right there. This is the iPhone app. It's on the Android. There's links on our show notes over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if you're having a little bit of trouble finding that. So go check that out, please. It supports the show. It supports Mayhem to make sure we're still going, and you get something a little bit extra there. We do some fun stuff outside of the scope of the show. Not that we really shy away from anything on the show.
Nope.
But a little it's still a little bit extra. So please go enjoy that, and there you go.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. I do believe there's a good bit of fan mail that came in while I was doing another show. Does
check
anybody
that
have one
mail.
of the first one handy there?
I got one.
Chachi has one.
Somebody
call it.
check that shit.
It's on my phone.
All right.
The Shaven Ewok.
Mm-hmm.
She sent a fan mail in.
All right.
Says, "Good evening, Mayhem crew. I too love Royal Rumble time. Nothing kicks off the road to WrestleMania like the largest non-wrestling match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
There is wrestling in there.
Since there have been some celebrity entrants in the past, I am holding out hope that this year's biggest surprise will be Justin Bieber. Nothing would be sweeter than seeing him crushed by Mark Henry and thrown out on his ass by Big Zeke. But on to
Bring back Drew Carey.
Do you just want... I think whoever wrote that wants just black people to... Justin Bieber.
Why does it have to be black people?
The two people mentioned were Zeke and Mark Henry.
Throw David Otunga over the top rope.
But on to more serious matters. I can't be the only one who calls out guesses for the next participant while the clock is counting down, right? Goldust is injured, isn't he? That will limit my guessing a bit since he's one of my favorites to guess. Okay, well, that's all I really got for now because the awesome cast is ending and I'm out of town.
Jeez, you really go up to the wire there, don't you?
Peace out, homeboys and homegirls. Enjoy the Rumble. Mayhem Missy.
Fantastic. I'm glad
Wow, that was the widest thing you could have ever written.
the whitest.
Wow.
Coming
Peace
from a guy
out,
who looks like
boys and home dogs and.
coming from a person who looks like a ghost on video. Sure.
Hey, I'm from Mexico. We know this. Everyone knows it.
You're not Dos Caras Jr. Screw you.
Oh, wow.
Nice reference,
man.
though.
AJ dropping a
That was-
Dos Caras Jr. reference. That's tremendous.
Awesome. But there's more fan mail. God, I hope there's more fan mail.
There is.
Unless you're gonna start
I've got one
doing
here.
every show with a mask on, I refuse to believe you're from Mexico.
I gotta find a picture of that.
DJ
Wrestle
LB,
fan, go get a sombrero for
Yes.
next show.
go for
That's
it, man.
true. You do live right in the sombrero capital of the world. Go get one. WMS, the second
know
greatest
that.
event of professional. What?
I didn't know we were the sombrero capital of the world.
Fuck yeah. Is someone reading an email?
What did you think it was? Sweden?
I'll read the next email.
All right, go for it.
To the WMS Nation. In my last email, I told you that there would be two teams on both WWE brands, and Raw still has Nexus, with a newer member named Mason Ryan. On the SmackDown side, Wade Barrett created a group called The Core, and no, I'm not kidding about the spelling.
Yeah, what was with that? Seriously,
CORRE, I think.
Yes.
it's so no, it's COR. Yeah.
It's CORRE.
It's so cooler when you put in the extra R.
I like that John Cena referred to the extra R as rectum, and I kind of giggled because I didn't think that John Cena was allowed to say rectum because it was a PG show.
No, it's because we know it's John Cena's. John Cena's biggest fans are little kids. All his jokes have to be about poop.
That's true. This is true.
Oh,
that's
come
what
on.
gets
John
by.
Cena was fucking hilarious last night.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
John Cena's been hilarious for the past couple months.
Yeah, he's been handling the comedic business pretty.
Yeah.
The
Except
Vicky
the
Guerrero
Miz.
roast was pretty good.
The what?
The Vicky Guerrero roast from like 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, when him and Sherry
King
just
were
keep
going
going
back
off.
and forth. Wow.
The group consists of Ezekiel Jackson from the Raw roster and former members of the Nexus. What does this mean? 2 villainous stables and no heroic stables like the NWO Wolfpack did. Geez, why did the WWE deserve to not get one? Maybe Edge or Cena should have their own pretty soon. Yeah.
Nah, it works. I think it works.
But for last night's Raw, I'd like to take you to the main event, in which Cena was the ref for the Punk Barrett matchup, in which he did a dumb move by having a double DQ to both for cursing. Yep, cursing.
That was hilarious. Especially, I mean, that was a little bit of an homage to when he was on. We talked about last week how he was on, I think, Twitter saying he was fined because he swore on TV and said ass.
Yeah.
So that was for us. That was hilarious.
Well, especially last night, he said both men were disqualified due to excessive profanity.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
But it was a made-up lie thanks to the PG rating. But the robotic
Of course.
GM had a plan.
Go ahead.
He told Super Cena to apologize to both, which he did, and took both out. As a result, all 3 go to Royal Rumble this Sunday. My money is on Triple H. Who do you want to win in the Rumble? See you guys later. PRK, a.k.a. Mr. Techwood Drive.
Though it was kind of odd that he did the whole excessive profanity thing, but afterwards Jerry Lawler clearly yells crap on the commentary.
For me, I'd like to see the winner be somebody who deserves an actual title shot versus just regular
just a
main
random
eventer
person.
that they just want to make sure gets the main event spot at WrestleMania.
That's what I called in December.
I'd like to see somebody other than. Okay, let's see. I know that Edge is currently the champion, so he's not in it. The Miz is currently the champion, so he's not in it. Orton's not in the Rumble because he's wrestling Miz.
Well,
so the
we
only way
don't know
Orton's...
if these guys, if they're losing the belt, if they're losing the title match, if they're not going to be in the Rumble.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about winning the Rumble, though. We're not talking about who's main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If you're talking about just winning the Rumble, I really think Del Rio's got an excellent shot to win the Rumble.
Yes. Goldust could be 29 in a surprise return.
39.
39, I'm sorry.
39.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of who I'd like to see. Here's a better example, or a better question. Who do you want to see win the Rumble from an actual main eventing, it's their time to shine win?
I don't know. It's funny. Well, I think the closest you can get is he's already been kind of pushed is John Morrison.
John Morrison.
See, Ziggler's already in a title match. If you and I think that's kind of quick. I think he's kind of like the obvious. He's not going to get it, but we'll probably have a really good showing from him. I don't know. Who else is
a lot of people say Alberto Del Rio. Daniel Bryan would also be a good long shot.
He can't hold a storyline.
They're not.
That's the problem.
You know what? I think
couldn't
Kofi
even make
Kingston
out if Gail
would
can
benefit
convince him.
greatly.
I'm sorry, LB.
Kofi Kingston. Yeah.
He's a guy.
But I think
he's been there before. Remember? He's been in like some freeways and I think it's time to he was in the mix.
The issue here, this is something I brought up a couple weeks ago when I was on the show, is that WWE wants guys who are good. If you're going to main event WrestleMania, you have to carry a storyline for 2 whole months. I see Barrett or
you
Punk.
don't anymore.
Yeah.
You have to get
anymore with the elimination chamber.
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right.
have to.
You're right. But you still have to be able to carry. I mean, that WrestleMania, that storyline goes all the way back to at WrestleMania. They run that storyline all the way back to the Rumble. That's when it starts.
Yeah.
So
That's when they started the whole Michael's Taker thing.
Right. So I think you have to, that person has to be able to carry a storyline and a main event storyline at that for the biggest show of the year for them. And I think that's why they tend to have the big guys win the Rumble, because they know that the only people who are going to really be able to carry a big storyline like that are a Cena, a Triple H, an Edge, even the Miz now can carry a storyline. I see Barrett as the next guy who can carry a real storyline like that.
And that's the thing, like, though, do you think it's the wrestlers that can, that's the part of the wrestler, or that's the part of the writers?
I think it's more on the writers, but the wrestler still has to pull off the storyline.
Yeah.
The writers can write the greatest storyline in the world. If the wrestler is terrible on the mic, they can't put that storyline over.
And really, then you got to look at who's been doing the best work lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it's going to be like, this guy's been looking good, and we think he can do better if we give him a chance. It's all about giving chances. That's why we've talked about Matt Hardy not getting a chance, not getting a chance. He was given a really good storyline a few years ago around the whole Lita thing. And they didn't really like how it pulled off. Let's be honest, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world when he came back. The run-ins when he wasn't talking was great, but as soon as he got in the mic and explained, I'm mad, I got screwed over.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And I got screwed over, and I don't like how everybody's treating me in the WWE.
Exactly.
Because that's you suck on the mic.
You know who's been pretty tremendous, and I don't think he's had a WrestleMania major match yet that I think would be a really good win? CM Punk.
Punk would be good. Sheamus had his moment last year with Triple H, but he didn't main event.
That's true. Mike?
The thing is, the WWE title, I don't think needs the WrestleMania Royal Rumble winner push, because there are a lot of guys on Raw that can have a progressive storyline for 2 months. Like, me, personally, it seems like in my head, they're building up to a triple threat with Miz, Cena, and CM Punk. But that's why I think Alberto's going to win that match and go on with Edge.
That could be interesting.
I see a whole thing currently between the Core and the Nexus, though.
No, that's bad guy versus bad guy. They never do that.
I don't know, because the way they're pushing the Core, it's really not. I know it really seems kind of tweener.
How are you going to turn them face when they've been like
that's going to build up to like a Survivor
Series
Series match, and that's it.
Yeah, it's going to go that long.
Sorg, they only seem tweeners on Raw because CM Punk is so hated.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus, you could tell Barrett was saying all this stuff about fair play, like winking to the camera, like, yeah, I'm just trying to get on Cena's good side because he's the ref for the match.
Yeah.
I think that's me. No,
it's LB. It's LB. You're getting poppy there, LB.
Yeah, you've gone pop, LB. We're trying to keep it real over here.
what I want to see happen for the Rumble, and I don't think will happen, but I think it'd be fun if Orton beat the Miz for the belt, and then Alex Riley came out like number 38 or something like that, and Miz came out and said, "No, I'm taking your spot. Go to the back," and then Miz wins the Royal Rumble.
So he wins the Royal Rumble to face himself for the belt at WrestleMania. And
no. He
loses to Orton.
He loses to Orton, gets himself into the Rumble match, and then
I was trying to think here.
Didn't that happen with Didn't they do that already? I thought they did that with.
I think somebody went in, but I don't think they won it. Or no, you know what you're thinking? Elimination Chamber, where Edge lost the one belt.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Elimination Chamber.
Eliminated Kofi and took his spot and won the other belt.
Yeah, he beat up Kofi before Kofi got in the chamber and then put himself in the chamber.
Yeah.
Never understand how that works.
Well, once he was in there, he locked himself in the chamber.
And then he locked himself in.
Yeah.
So refs are like, all right.
Well, I mean, it's referee's decision at that point.
It's referee's prerogative, right? So, and it's elimination chamber, whatever. They put people in cages. Come on. So I think that covers all the fan mail. We have one more that is going to be on the gold. I looked it over. This is going to be on the gold.
Okay.
There's something called the Wrestle Fan Project.
I will not be reading it. Just saying.
He will not be reading it. He will be present.
No, you will be learning. You will be learning.
I will lock his Skype open.
There's one more.
There's one more?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have it right there on your phone?
Riz sent two.
Yeah, the second one's for the Wrestle Fan Project.
Did we already read the first one?
We read the first one.
When?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't read the first one.
No.
No, I
we
started
read-
to read the first one, but then I didn't.
Yeah,
Then Chachi jumped in.
read the first one.
All right, read that first one. Sorry about that.
So the moral of the story is it's Chachi's fault.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
No, that's all right. We got sidetracked.
Elby, go ahead. Sorry about that.
WMS, the second greatest event of professional wrestling, is coming up this week, the Royal fucking Rumble. Here are my 5 top wrestlers who I would love to see win the Royal Rumble. Number 5, Triple H. Trips is rumored, as he always is when he is hurt at this time, to participate in the Royal Rumble. So, maybe they are going to find a way to stick him with winning the thing. Number 4, Mark Henry. Because let's face it, who can eliminate Mark Henry?
I fucking hate that question.
Number 3.
Everyone can eliminate Mark
I love how
Henry.
they say that for Mark Henry, but
Everybody.
they don't say that for the Big Show.
Yeah. I don't
Beth
know.
Phoenix eliminated Khali for fuck's sake.
That's true.
Yeah, but that was via a kiss. So who's kissing Big Show?
Hornswoggle.
Mark Henry did have the sexual chocolate moniker. So.
No,
don't
Awesome
say
Kong is kissing
They
Big
will
Show.
shoot
That's
you.
what's happening there.
Number 3, CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't even have to win to be winner of the Royal Rumble. Here's hoping we get more sermons in the ring did last year at this time.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was awesome last year.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
was incredible.
and there's so many people who are so mad and they thought it was so stupid. To me, that was the best part of the Rumble last year was CM Punk throwing a guy out, grabbing the mic, and starting to give sermons again.
My mother-in-law
I love when he
hated
tried
that
to
angle.
convert Khali. That was great.
Oh,
Tried
my
to
God.
Number
convert
2.
Khali in the middle, like
A
I see
core
potential.
/ Nexus member not named Wade Barrett or CM Punk.
Mhm.
Think about it. A young wrestler with so much raw potential as Justin Gabriel or the last ECW champion finally getting his hands on the bigger title, Zeke, or a man who wanted Barrett gone suddenly finds himself closer to his goal at becoming WWE World Champion, David Otunga.
Otunga.
Number 1, Alberto, Mother effin' Rio. ADR has the talent, the mic skills, the heat, and the charisma to be the perfect choice to be the winner of the Royal Rumble and headline a big event like WrestleMania. And that's it. There's no more.
Here's the question: are they going to bring? I mean, when is Taker's still hurt, right?
Yeah. There's speculation that if they bring him on Mania, maybe a squash match, depends on what he can work. So
Can somebody just? I'm waiting for somebody to get the super push. I'm waiting for somebody that I beat Taker at WrestleMania.
man,
Never
you know,
happened.
it's so unattainable
Never
now.
gonna happen.
Who's going to be that deserving at this point to do it? Honestly,
At one point, I personally thought this when it was during the Legacy faction. I really thought DiBiase had it.
yeah.
I thought DiBiase had it all the way around. The look, he was at least sort of decent on the mic. He still had, I'd say it was probably going to be a year or two, but I thought, you know what? He's good. He's got the whole legacy behind him of being, Ted DiBiase's son.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all.
And DiBiase was the one that brought him in.
Yeah. And just not. His whole career fucking fell apart after the legacy thing broke up.
Yeah. And I don't
Yeah,
understand
who
that.
would have thought that the one member from Legacy who'd have the best character is Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
The three of them.
Dashing Cody Rhodes, which is unbelievably gay. Like,
Yeah,
Oh, man, Mad Mike is going to fight you.
that's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. He's just jealous because he's not dashing.
Oh, there you go.
It's fine.
Anyways.
his theme song though is actually one of the better ones I've heard lately.
I'm a big fan of Dolphs lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big fan of Dolphs. We didn't read Pierre Kelly yet, did we?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everything over here. All right. Okay, now
Trying to mix the goods.
I believe there's one left that we will do on Gold. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No
Gold to
voicemails.
gold.
So I know I stuck a lot in there. WrestleFan, what do you have for the Indie Minute this week?
Well, the Indie Minute, one of the shows I want to mention coming up this weekend, the bigger shows locally for you guys will be IWC. Their show AD After DeMarco on, I believe the 29th of, in, Courttime Sports Center in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. It looks like a very stacked card, for the show. Just running down the card here. Friend of the show, Chest Flexor takes on Corey Futuristic, who I've heard things. I've heard things about this Corey Futuristic. A couple of disparaging words from Chest Flexor. So can you tell me more, Sorg?
I do believe he is a classmate of one David R. Demira and Serafini. He is the brother of One King Frown. He is the brother Frown. When he wasn't from the future. So that's, I don't know. Did you watch I'm Russell fan. I know you were watching some of the last IWC show. Did you see the hentai situation there?
No, but I did hear he was involved in the whole hentai gauntlet.
Yes. He's an interesting character. And we'll have to have him on the show. He's one of those guys. But
definitely. Also on the card, Logan Shulo taking on Justin Idol, which is sure to be a good match. Yes. IWC debut of TNA star Tommy Mercer, also known as Crimson in TNA. He's very impressive specimen, so we'll hopefully see some good things from him. Super Indie 10 qualifying match as Matt Justice takes on Sanjay Dutt. That's sure to be a very good match between these two pretty young athletes, even though Sanjay Dutt has a little bit more experience under his belt. This match I'm interested in, Jimmy Vega $, or Jimmy Vegas, teaming with Dennis Gregory to take on Tyler Stone and friend of the show David R. Demira in a sort of a veterans versus students match. Not named, but named by me. IWC tag team titles are on the line of Flipping Ain't Easy, of friends of the show, Jason Goy and Michael Facade, taking on also friends of the show, the Gambino brothers.
Fucking catch knives all day.
That's right. He will catch knives, and he will sneak up on us behind our banner at the 5-year anniversary show a couple weeks ago.
And he will flash ass. He will flash ass.
We did not see that on the Mayhem show for their 5-year anniversary, but
no, we didn't. So you didn't. But
I did.
Anyways,
but also IWC Super Indie title match. Shima Zion, friend of the show, taking on another friend of the show, Super Hentai. As mentioned before, this is his first match for the Super Indie Championship since giving up the belt at last year's Super Indie. So that's sure to be a very anticipated match. And then the main event for the IWC World Heavyweight title, friend of the show, Big League John McChesney, taking on John Bolin in what's sure to be a very impactful match. We'll see who leaves with the IWC title. Bell time 7:30. Ringside reserve tickets $20. General admission $15. Kids under 10 get in for $10. For more information, go to iwcwrestling.com. Also, for those wondering, Chikara had their first show of 2011 this week, which was a great match, ending with the team of Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and the Colony defeating the Brudershaft team of Claudio Castagnoli, Aries, Delirious, and Tim Donst in what was said to be a very good match in the arena in South Philadelphia. Also, an interesting note from that event, Chikara held their first ever pre-show event on Ustream, with interviews from the wrestlers, showing clips of the lead up to matches for that night, and hopefully they will do more things like that for upcoming events. I thought it was a great success, so if you want more information on them, go to chikarapro.com. Also go to their forum at chikara101.com. And that's the indie news that I have pegged for this week in wrestling.
Fantastic.
Can we start doing those promos with Monster Truck event voice?
Sunday.
Come out, kids, he's just embarked. That's all I want. That's the only way you can make the end of minute any better. You need to get a lower voice and start doing Monster Truck voice.
I think it'd be really funny to have WrestleFan do it. WrestleFan, give us a little bit of a real quick try at that.
Oh God, I can't hit that. Sunday.
Go ahead. Oh, that's good. Keep going.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
Go ahead.
WrestleFan, if you keep going, that'll help to your quest for women.
There you go.
Yeah, if you can do Monster Truck voice, ladies fall for that.
Well, actually,
it'll help his balls drop.
It just shakes them loose.
Shake them out.
Exactly.
Kids, he's just embarked.
real quick, there was
Source fighting Jimmy DeMarco. Sunday.
Super Hentai versus Jakara. Can you give? Hey, somebody give me the? Can you give me the actual text list?
After DeMarco. Sunday.
Give me the promo. Give me the actual listing, and I'll read the whole thing.
Of what?
Of what he just read.
Of what he just read.
Do we have a text listing of what you just read?
Hold on.
So I can read this. I'm going to show you how to do this.
Oh god.
Because I feel like I don't know. Yeah,
Really, I'm being one-upped on my own segment. What the hell?
No. This is something you can practice
you.
towards.
Yeah, we're trying.
This is something you can practice towards. Because trust me, this takes years of practice.
We're trying
and
to
listening
help
to really crappy radio is really what it is.
What else is there here in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, there really is. It's just really crappy radio and monster truck shows. That's kind of how Pittsburgh rolls.
All right, while I'm getting that set up,
come on Saturday. Tickets sold at the door. Tickets open at 7 p.m.
Hey, fun fact, apparently not friendly to iPads is this. Well, while we're waiting for that to set up, dream match coming up, friends of the show, friend and like to be friend of the show, Mickey James takes on Sarah Del Rey in this promotion over here. It's the, I didn't even check what, it's a remix, something remix. Son of a bitch.
It's like decent. It's like good looking girl versus she's drunk, hammered, and she's ready to fight the first pretty girl.
Go up your ass. No, we've talked to Sarah Del Rey here on the show,
right?
And
she's a nice lady.
I'm sure she's a very nice lady, but that picture looks like it's like here's the night and day. Like here, how do you build the storyline up? I don't know. Let's have the really angry girl fight the really pretty girl.
That's loaded for you. It may take a moment there to load there, AJ.
All right.
But
all right, here we go.
Sorry.
Hold on. Saturday, January 29th, the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Bell times at 7:30. Ringside reserve seats $20. General admission $15. Kids under $10. In the main event, we have John McChesney versus John Bullock.
You just sound drunk, man.
I know, because that's what the monster truck announcer sounds like. He just sounds like somebody's drunk uncle who's reading the newspaper.
Sorg can do that voice when he has a lot of whiskey.
No, what?
No,
that whiskey.
That's a drunk and I've been drinking whiskey voice.
How do you know that?
Anyways, the match was at Remix Pro Wrestling in Ohio at remixprowrestling.com if you want to check that out. So,
hey, Stormbat, I stole your fondue pot.
What's that?
I just saw Missy's thing in the chat, and I just started doing Homestar voice. Hey, Stormbat, can I borrow your fondue pot?
We haven't done Homestar in a while here on this show.
Homestar, what up?
That's really good.
Wethelvan. No, because we
come to Court Time Sports Center. Big John McKenzie, what's the John Bowen?
WrestleFan
for the IWC Championship.
That's awesome.
Wrestling Cartel after the walkover.
That's awesome.
There you go.
You know what? Monster Truck voice is out. Homestar Runner voice is in.
Runner sounds like Steve
the
Turtle.
No. Fuck David. David.
Oh shit.
WrestleFan, please go to your room.
WrestleFan, go to your fucking womb.
Go to your womb. Just crawl
WrestleFan, go to your womb and tell your mother I'll be there soon.
It's nightmarishly elastic.
Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, the rest of the news.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Oh, shit.
Your father helped me like that too.
Use a booster chase.
Why? It's
still going. All right, that's it. Nobody even got your mic. Mad Mike, there's going to be an pay-per-view again. These are very big. WrestleFan's been getting them. WSU final chapter is going to be coming up, and also I noticed I believe both Dragon's Gate shows this weekend are going to be pay-per-viewed. Have you been here?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So you're a WrestleFan. You've been following the Dragon's Gate stuff.
A little bit here and there. They've been doing real good with their events and stuff like that. One of the standouts, I would say, would definitely be a friend of the show, Johnny Gargano, forming his own team of American superstars, Ronin. They're definitely a treat to see. And if you want to see friends of the show, Johnny Gargano, as well as other great wrestlers, go to ggusa.tv, I believe.
Okay. Wait, ggusa.tv? I haven't checked that out yet.
I think that's their.
Hey,
I think that's their website.
Johnny Gargano's dating that bitch that used to be on Arrested Development.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Like,
about? No,
I never watched Arrested Development.
Last I heard he was with Portia Perez.
Was Portia Perez on Arrested Development?
I don't think so.
Portia De La Rossi. I'm sorry. Yeah, she was the blonde girl from Arrested Development.
Portia de Rossi's
All right.
gay and is banging Ellen DeGeneres.
Portia de Rossi and Portia Perez are two different people.
Well, I don't think that's the right address because I got Great Guns, UK, USA, Asia. See what happens here. I don't think this is Johnny Gargano. I mean, I could be wrong. I could see him doing a site that says Great Guns. I don't know.
Wow.
You're going to discover with the rest of us. Anyway.
Wrestling Mayhem Show 254. Portia Perez is not Portia de Rossi.
Somebody send that
Wrestling Mayhem Show 254. Do a bell roll.
Anyways, on that note, guys, we're going to give you guys. Here's a little preview of what you're going to get out of WMS Gold if you got the iPhone app, Android app. We'll be right back here, Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Comb that mustache.
He says I'm gonna get it, cookie girl.
Yeah.
Give me a cookie.
Going to the mall, hoping for the crumbly bag. Going to the mall.
Yeah. Oh, the iPhone app. What's up? Chris Taylor, Ryan Mitchell here. That's true.
Yes.
Are we allowed to swear?
Yes, definitely.
Shit. He said we can say shit. Fuck. We can say.
Hold on, we want to go out on anything? All right, how about this? What did you learn from tonight's Backwoods Indie show?
I'm getting awesome.
On the line from a secret Chinese sweatshop is Rob De La Creta.
Dad!
Oh no.
Duke Nukem Forever. We haven't gotten anything yet.
The original Duke Nukem and Duke Nukem.
This tall and steals napkins. It's hilarious.
You can check us out at awesomecast.com. And we're back, guys. You really need to check out that gold because there's a lot of singing. There's a lot of education for the wrestle fan.
There really was.
This for the moment, anyways, you're not going to find it anywhere else. Go check out WMS Gold over there.
If you don't have an iPhone,
Wrestling Mayhem
if you don't have an iPhone, you don't want to sign a contract, go to Best Buy or wherever, buy an iPod Touch, download the app.
Or Android, which then tablets, etc., etc.
So yeah, go get it
kind
because
of expensive, but
it's completely worth it. Trust me.
Trust the guy that's been on here twice.
Trust me though.
But it was AJ.
Hey, trust my friend at work who is going to be buying the app, and he's never even heard the show yet.
No, trust the guy that's trying to teach me what a cookie means.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So, So I have some news for the Indie Minute.
Yeah, you have a promotion that you are aware of.
A little promotion that I was made aware of by my friend Bobby F. J-Town, who's currently in the chat room right now, who told me about AON Wrestling, All or Nothing Wrestling. They're on Public Access TV in Johnstown, and they do a nice little show out there. They do monthly DVD pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. They have the 814 champion, the heavyweight champion. They have actual events, and one of the wrestlers is named Manchild, and he carries a old school Game Boy to the ring. And I believe they had a angle involving someone stealing it and holding it hostage. He's kind of like an Abyss style character. I
want his mask. We suggested earlier in the Mayhem show that since I am from Mexico, I must wear a lucha mask.
Yes.
That is the mask I want.
But there he is, right there. They're Man-Child. They're on your right of your screen if you're watching the video version. Or you can check this out at aonwrestling.com.
He's so happy.
He is happy
because he's a child, and children are happy.
He looks like a retired Ren and Stimpy character.
This is tremendous.
Oh, I love Ren and Stimpy.
So speaking of man-children,
I don't even know what that is.
Yes!
So yeah,
I was born in 93.
Oh man, I feel old.
Yeah, seriously, my
Christ, you were
brother's older
born
than
in
you are.
93?
okay, so speaking of man-child,
Wrestle fan, keep that to yourself.
I've watched 25 minutes of Knucklehead.
Okay.
That's all I could get through.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What? Really?
It's terrible. It's a bad movie.
It was.
Oh.
I thought
What
it
is
was
it?
a funny
What movie?
movie.
I haven't watched it.
I
Knucklehead?
enjoyed it.
I
Oh,
haven't seen it
Knucklehead.
yet.
Okay.
I thought it was bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dumb.
It was
It's
awesome.
Just dumb.
Have you seen the Triple H trailer
No.
for the Chaperone?
No.
It's not going to get
Oh,
much
God.
better. But you know, I mentioned. I think we talked about it on here before. I was actually really surprised. Knucklehead, I thought was funny in the long run. Not like, ha, Naked Gun funny or anything like that, but it was entertaining.
Not OJ killed somebody
Yeah,
funny.
Legendary, actually good.
Really?
Actually a decent movie. You know.
See, I can't muster up the strength to watch that.
Yeah, John Cena
Really?
could get you to muster up that
Mainly,
strength.
no, I
Now-
can't muster up the strength to watch that because I don't know how.
Oh yeah, no matter how much you,
I
no matter how much you are or are not into that movie, it gets to that point and you'll bust up laughing because we've just run that into the
We're gonna
ground.
make jokes about that like forever.
I mean, WWE made jokes of that in the Slammies.
Dude, yeah, the Slammy, like, one of the more memorable quotes from the year was her saying, I still don't know how.
And I don't know
how. Brilliant.
I still don't know how.
I love when Lunchbox says it, but he's so far away from the microphone.
No, it's like turned them down because that clicking earlier. Sorry about that. Actually, let's do it.
I want to be heard on the show, but I don't know her.
I want to get that cookie, but I still don't know how.
Oh, no cookies, no cookies. Anyways,
Don't tell me no cookies.
no cookies. No
Dudders!
So
I'm gonna have a cookie
Sork's
right
cock
now.
blocking.
Oh, I forgot. We have 10 minutes of Hot Wheels that needs to go into the gold too.
Oh God!
In the way.
You're getting your $1.99's worth this week, guys. Anyways, look, yeah, a little bit of Ryan Mitchell and I forget the other guy off the top of my head. God, what is going on? in
Way
the
to
news?
sell it, Mike.
Oh, that's
So-
other stuff.
Smike.
What?
Smite.
I corrected myself.
This isn't. This, what?
This show just
What
became.
just happened?
I don't know.
Are you
All right.
Kevin Smith?
Anyways, let's go back.
I want to figure out what's going on.
But I still don't know how.
All right, let's bring it back around. We talked about this on the Awesome Cast. Let's bridge that gap. John Cena gets the most influential social good champion award from Mashable.
Which has the worst sounding title ever.
Yes.
Did
yes.
he beat the Old Spice guy for that?
I don't
No.
think for this one.
No, the Old Spice guy wasn't even up for this award.
Wow. How?
He wasn't up because he wasn't. It wasn't.
It's
The
not
John
that type
Cena
of
was doing charity work.
Oh, I thought for a Mashable in
No,
general.
not this award.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a charity thing.
Stand Up for WWE actually won an award.
Yeah.
Yes. On
And I
on
think
its own.
that beat Old Spice.
Yeah. As
Which
a,
is unbelievable.
I
to
think it
me.
was for like a social media good faith award that it won. So
Good for that.
So yeah, we talked about a year. Matt, Mike, for you had kind of a perspective as an employee up there at WWE.
Double E.
WWE. I mean,
I love Double E.
So they're definitely getting recognized for being, one of the best promotions, online promotions in a while here. Oh, sorry about that.
Well, I mean, you think about it, like, if you follow the WWE Twitter account during Raw or something like that,
yeah,
they keep you updated on everyone, and just about everyone has a Twitter handle nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Like, I
there.
think the only guy that really doesn't is Edge.
Really?
Like, the only guy that's on every week that doesn't really have a Twitter account is Edge.
He can't.
And that's
work it.
probably because, Edge wants to stay heel or face or whatever he is and just doesn't want to let people,
Cena's
behind
account
the
is
gimmick
actually
or all
kind of
that.
funny.
Yeah. Cena gets into it on his account.
Cena doing the 4-move tweet.
Oh yeah,
that was it. I sent that one to you.
Yeah.
When he said
Oh,
like
yeah,
somebody
that
was
was
like, "Oh
great.
yeah, you have 4 moves," and he goes, well, that's or no, they're like, you only have like 5 moves. He's like, I only have 4. Thanks for the extra credit. It's like that sort of thing. Like tells me that he knows that he's being made fun of in the world of like wrestling smarks, and he plays to it, and it's good. And
of course,
I respect him.
He
for at least
loved the
playing
guy
to
that
it.
said, "I hate Cena."
Yeah, I respect him for at least understanding that there are people out there that actually don't like him because they think he sucks as a wrestler.
Remember when after his big, that the week we were talking about with the Vicky Guerrero roasting, like he came out, won his big victory, and went and hugged the I Hate Cena guy.
Yeah.
In the front row. I mean, that's great,
I mean, he kind of has the tendency to break, as the real world used to call it, break down the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Where he'll do things where he knows that, like, people hate Michael Cole. Or people think that he only has 4 moves. Or there's a guy sitting in the front row with an I Hate John Cena t-shirt on. And he sees it and he just, like, hugs him and just gives a thumbs up to the camera. Or he'll mention the camera guys by name.
Well, this is the guy. This is the guy that's supposed to be pure babyface and has been ripped apart by live crowds and the internet alike.
Oh yeah,
in certain places. I mean,
dude, not to mention the ECW.
Yeah, the ECW thing, the Cena wins will riot signs. I mean, this guy has been to the high and lows, and he's come out with a smile on his face.
I mean,
or he had a nervous breakdown somewhere in there, and we just don't know about it.
I honestly respect him for just doing. He goes out. He knows his character. He knows what he's going to do. He knows that there's a million tiny children around the planet that wear purple now, and that love him and all this other stuff, and that's fine. He plays his part because there's people like who watch when the Miz was going crazy and saying, "How come I don't get a shot? I'm great on the mic. I'm great in the ring. How come I'm not getting a shot?" And he's coming out and actually saying it on the show. And then, I'm sitting there going, yeah, why doesn't Miz get a shot? Why doesn't he get a chance to, to show things? Because he seems like a good wrestler. He can carry a storyline and all the things that we talk about on this very show. Mm-hmm. That most people who watch wrestling, who are big John Cena fans, could give a flying crap about.
But in the end, they're entertained by that.
Right.
And they don't know to look for that.
Right.
But when it happens...
Like, especially last night during the match, Cena goes down and just signs a couple autographs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mid-match, he's jumping down and signing autographs and saying, I forgot the match was going on.
John Cena has become now the ultimate indie wrestler.
Yeah. Does that destroy your mind, Wrestle fan?
It does. It's kind of freaking me out a bit.
We've had that discussion before, though. That's what makes John Cena on a higher level than a lot of the people that WWE hires.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does that. Everyone gets upset because John Cena has the belt every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe if John Cena, or maybe if not, ignore that part. Maybe if someone stepped up as much as John Cena did and practiced their mic skills, or knew how to carry a storyline, or knew how to carry a match, knew when to fall.
Why do you think the Jericho Michaels storyline went on for 7 some months
Exactly.
in 09?
Mm-hmm.
And it was far and away the best storyline because Jericho and Michaels, even though Jericho is an older wrestler and Michaels was clearly towards the end of his career there, these two are putting on top level matches that the younger guys who are actually better in the ring couldn't match up with because the storyline was so good and they could carry that all the way through.
Really, if you're still at this point tired, I see John Cena every week, I'm getting sick of it. Get mad because nobody younger is coming up and stepping up into that slot.
Right.
Get mad because everybody up, because, I mean...
I applaud Wade Barrett. The way he was carrying the Nexus storyline as the leader, showing at least emotions, but not all the way through emotions. It was great. Wade Barrett carried that. And now putting Punk in that spot and letting Wade do that on SmackDown is just spreading that out.
Zeke,
and I think that's the thing now compared to WWE 2 or 3 years ago, where you had people like the Matt Hardys and the Carlitos and the people like that would just became complacent and didn't want to step up, but then didn't understand why they weren't getting the top spots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that...
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I noticed last night on Raw. I know they're building up for the big Royal Rumble pay-per-view, but did last night's Raw remind everyone or anyone of like an Attitude Era Raw, minus the PG stuff, where like you get storylines from SmackDown just integrating a little bit onto Raw, so you know what's going on.
Well, you know what?
Well,
let's step back a sec. I think yes, to a point, but back then the storylines went. You had 2 episodes of WWF a week, not you had Raw and SmackDown.
And
separately.
even before
So-
Raw and SmackDown, you had pretty much Raw and Heat took the place of SmackDown
Yeah,
in illustrating more of the storylines.
yeah. So I mean,
remember.
I
you
mean,
guys remember Heat being on as the pre-show to like pay-per-views?
yeah,
Yeah, and they'd still have like
hell
pretty
yeah.
big matches with like Steve Austin and stuff like that.
Yeah, they'd
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
a decent match on Heat
yeah.
to basically get you amped up for the pay-per-view.
It's basically what you get now for the dark match. You know, they just put it on TV. They have build up for 45 minutes, and then you get that.
But
dark
you don't
match.
see John Cena in the dark match though.
No,
At that time,
no.
you could see Austin,
I
The
can see that.
Rock.
Oh, but no,
on
they would do something.
wrestling on
What
Heat.
they would do
Yeah,
is
but that's not John Cena's fault.
they would it's a different.
No,
it's a
no,
different
I'm
game
just
plan
saying.
now. But no, they would sometimes on Heat. They would do something like you kind of see on the TNA pre-shows. They were doing this for a while, where something happened to change the main event or add a stipulation to the main event, or oh my God, Stone Cold's got knocked down in the back. What does this mean for the pay-per-view? You know,
Yeah, but and that's the good thing because it made you have to watch Heat.
yeah. So, or if you were like, oh, I don't know about this pay-per-view, it gets those people on the fence that check it out and say, yeah, what's going on at the pay-per-view tonight? You know,
They throw a little storyline kink in there, and people be like, "Oh, I want to see this now."
If you miss SmackDown, like usually I miss SmackDown before a pay-per-view for whatever reason, you know, schedule, whatnot. You know, I got a busy weekend, I'll probably miss it before the Rumble. But that gets you caught up for that 45 minutes, a little bit of extra if something happens. You know, and yeah, it got a little lame to the point where they just threw a jobber match in there, and there you go.
Yeah.
And you're just excited because you got to see the set.
Yeah,
that was another catch. You got to see the set. Because, you know, that's we go to a live...
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Whenever you go to a live pay-per-view, you're just like, what's the set look like? You know, you're like, well, you know, you were talking about earlier about console arena, you can see everything down there.
Yeah.
What's the set look like, you know?
I remember when we went to my brother and I went to Armageddon.
Oh my
in
God.
Pittsburgh, and they had
That's
the
sick.
castle with the flames shooting out
Yeah,
of it.
we were
and but they had they always for wrestling pay-per-views or for shows. They curtained at Mellon. They used to curtain off all the entrances, so you walked into the arena and you couldn't see anything. And then you would walk to your seat. You'd go through the curtain, and boom, there was the set, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I remember.
I know
they did Heat.
Go ahead, fan.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go to wrestling.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, from my kind of new job that I've had, we've gotten to see a lot of the Heats before pay-per-views, and there's some interesting stuff that goes on behind the scenes, because usually Heat was always taped. So it was never live.
Right.
They didn't have to worry about a lot of stuff. But when Heat is going live before a pay-per-view, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't air, like all the announcers getting set for the pay-per-view and everything. Some of their pay-per-view prep is very interesting. It's very, very
Yeah, I
interesting.
remember that. I remember going to, I think it was maybe Unforgiven, and I remember like what Coach and they'd pick some diva or something would co-host, and they'd be up in the upper part of the
I
arena.
remember it was Ivory for a little while, and then Lita did it back when she had her neck injury.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing them like the light, and they're filming up in the rafters of Mellon Arena and everything.
Yeah.
So man,
like one of the things I remember is like they back at WrestleMania 19 they did a Heat before WrestleMania 19, and they actually had a tag title match on Heat, and it was cool because I didn't get to order the pay-per-view, but I got to see that giant set in the what is it, Safeco Field, I think.
Think so.
Yeah, but that was just like a cool moment for me, like you were talking about, so just to be able to see the set.
Well, they also used to do, even before Heat started, they had the free-for-all, which was like a free pay-per-view thing where it didn't cost any money, but it was like a pay-per-view hype thing, and there was usually one really important match on there, like King of the Ring qualifying match, or I know one year they had a like the finals of a tag title tournament or something like that.
It's just something that's missing. I don't know if it's they didn't determine that it was giving them so much benefit, or what. So I don't know. Maybe they should bring it back. Maybe it'll help their pay-per-view sales. You never know. Maybe
they should bring it back during the Super Bowl. Halftime Heat.
You know, I keep thinking about that. It's like, man, halftime Heat. They should bring that back. You know, but you never know. You know, what's the Super Bowl on this year? What channel is it?
Fox.
Is it Fox?
That'll be it.
Fox?
Okay, so no crossover there or anything. So
Yeah, I've got a feeling that night's gonna be a good night.
oh
Oh
god,
Jesus!
jeez.
No black-eyed.
It's like they do.
Mayhem
It's like they
show.
do the same song every time.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, while we still, I know he has to get out of here a little bit, so I want to make sure I get the rant beforehand. Jeff Hardy court hearing result, according to ProWrestling.net.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna sit back for this.
Everybody's
This is
gonna
be awesome.
gonna-
Listen close, kids.
What?
I'm waiting
Magic is about to happen.
Magic is about-
Listen, how much of our legal system is,
Let's
screwed
see.
up.
Thursday
Don't
court
build
hearing
it
in
up
Moore
too much
County.
here, guys.
What's that?
Don't build it up too much.
Oh no! This is worth it. Go
No,
ahead.
I had mine last week, so somebody has to take over this week. Thursday's court hearing in Moore County, North Carolina, resulted in yet another continuance.
Why?
Why
not?
The reason
Why
cited
not?
for the latest continuance is that the two sides are still negotiating a potential deal. So much for speedy trial. Hardy's next hearing is scheduled for February 16th, 2011. Hardy did not attend Thursday's hearing.
Good God.
Dude.
Didn't attend.
No,
Hardy,
there's more.
Hardy,
Whoa.
Jeff.
There's more. There's
Jeff.
more.
Jeff, when you are scheduled to show up for court, when you're trying to beg someone to make you not go to prison, you fucking show up!
There you go. Hardy is advertised for the UK tour that kicks off on Friday in France.
How?
France.
He's leaving
No,
the country. He's leaving.
He's
What the
leaving
Wait,
the
I thought-
country.
I can't believe they
Sorry.
let him leave the
Sorry.
country.
I thought they already had their tour in France.
Did they? Oh, maybe this is from last week. Then I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but-
they already had their tour.
Okay. So
Well,
he
that's-
left
yeah,
last
what the
Friday
hell?
for France. His next advertised court appearance falls on a day off for TNA. He is advertised for Against All Odds pay-per-view on February 13th, and he could conceivably attend the following 2 days of television tapings and still make his next court hearing.
Why?
Wow.
I want to be
and
Jeff
how
Hardy.
bad is this?
Wow.
Hey,
ProWrestling.net.
Jeff Hardy.
How are they're letting him leave the country. They're letting him leave the country.
Go ahead.
All right? He's in the middle of a goddamn court case. I don't give a fuck if this is how he makes his living. You don't let a fucking drug dealer leave the country in the middle of a case. What inept fuckbag judge is judging this fucking case?
Well,
I mean,
it's South
seriously, who is
Carolina.
paying him? Is it
The
Ric
only-
Flair? Is it Dixie Carter? Is it Panda Energy? Fuck them all in their asshole. Because you know what?
The only time
Jeff
I've
Hardy
ever
needs to be in
heard
prison.
of
He's gonna be in
someone
prison months
who's a
ago.
drug dealer leaving the country is in The Dark Knight, and Batman brought him the fuck back.
That's true.
We need
That's-
Batman to bring back Jeff fucking Hardy.
But Batman's a
We
good
need
guy.
that.
Batman doesn't sell drugs.
What?
Wait, what? Wow.
Are you
Wrestle fan?
out? Go get some milk. Go ahead.
Go get some milk for your
All right,
cookies.
Here's the
Wow.
other thing. The other thing that completely baffles me. They have this continuation and come with a better plea bargain so both sides can come to an agreement on a plea bargain. That is insane. That means he is pleading guilty. We need more time to figure out how we can punish him less. That is what they're saying to this judge, and judge is like, sure, go, whatever. I'm gonna sit here and eat a bag of Nutter Butters. You enjoy your day. Fuck that. And fuck that. If Jeff Hardy does put in prison for at least half of the maximum sentence for all of his fucking, he's gonna get off with a misdemeanor. I know he is. Fucking know he is.
If the gloves don't fit,
If the face paint doesn't fit, he's still just a fucking moron.
This is what I'm saying.
That doesn't rhyme at all.
It doesn't rhyme at all, but I'm not Johnny Cochran. Show some respect.
Let's look
dead.
at this
Show it.
from a different perspective, okay?
You know-
The judge and everybody has, they have an opportunity to do something really great here. They can do something amazing for Jeff Hardy. God knows he doesn't deserve it, but they could do this anyway. If they send him to prison, if they force him to go to rehab, if they force him to take time away from that could encourage him to turn his life around. But as soon as he gets out, as soon as he fucking gets off of bail, and as soon as he finishes whatever bullshit community service they give him, he is going back on the crack pipe, he is going back on the pills and the coke and the weed, and Jeff Hardy will be the next wrestler to OD. Mark my words.
as much as I don't want to say I'm glad that would happen, I'm glad that would happen.
It's one of those points.
Like, just let it happen.
Yeah,
just
okay.
You know what, Jeff? Just let Jeff do blow till he dies.
He's a menace.
It's one of those things that
He's a menace.
He's a menace.
no,
He
honestly,
is a menace.
it's one of those
Dennis
things.
the
He gives wrestlers the attitude that they can do whatever they want and not have to pay the consequences for it.
I agree completely, but you can only hold their hand and walk them to the toilet so many times. Eventually, you got to let them go and try to figure it out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy has been fired 3 times or 4 times.
4?
For drug
Yeah, 4
violation.
times. If you count his times
4?
in TNA, he was fired from TNA like twice.
So
He straight didn't show up for pay-per-views.
right, he's been let go 4 times, all drug related.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Dixie Carter would actually think about her own product,
Exactly.
instead of thinking
he's a liability.
He's a huge liability.
So you have that.
We had the same.
All
You know
right.
what? We had this. We'll get to your point in a second. But we had the same discussion about being a star
Kurt
with a
Angle.
liability back when Kurt Angle was having his problems.
Exactly.
So,
But I mean,
but he wasn't brought up on drug charges. It was
Yeah,
he
but
had,
and Kurt Angle was just addicted to pain.
Yeah,
but, like
they
Kurt
found
Angle
pill-
was just overworked.
yeah. They found pills in his car, and he has some girlfriend issues. That's about it. He's
But
not
Kurt
selling
has
drugs.
Kurt has made attempts to get better.
Yeah. So I mean, you
Kurt
can
has
give him
actually
that for
taken
credit.
the time off. He's actually gone and
Exactly.
so
done things.
Now,
okay.
Josh.
So you can only hold their hand so much.
Yeah.
After that's done, you gotta let go and let them fucking OD.
Hey,
Yeah.
just so you know, Jeff
here's-
Hardy's going to be on the Indie Wrestling Minute for the next 5 years until he kicks the bucket from an OD. Seriously, that's what's going to happen.
No.
That fucker's gonna finally
I highly
kick-
doubt that because knowing TNA and their stupid, mindset, they'll just keep paying off his court fees. They'll keep,
until it ends up
rescheduling his
bankrupting
dates.
the company.
It's ridiculous.
It'll bankrupt that company because Dixie Carter's a dumb twat, and it's gonna bankrupt that company.
He's not wrong.
It's gonna bankrupt TNA. It's gonna bankrupt that company, the entire company. All those guys are going to be out of work, and Jeff Hardy's going to be wrestling in gyms off of his Hardy Boys name, and he's just going to fall through tables because he's high out of his fucking mind. That's what's going to happen, and he's going to OD
So this
somewhere
guy
in,
needs
like,
to be on more
Nebraska.
often.
That's what's going to fucking happen.
They're not wrestlers, but I have 2 examples of this same exact thing. John Belushi, Chris Farley.
Took it too far. No
They
one ever told him no.
They tried to get help, or people tried to help them, but you can only try so much.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you turn their back, if they're doing blow off of a hooker,
Yep.
it's time to go. Sorry. That's all there is to it.
Some would say it's time to stay, but yes, it is actually time to go. WrestleFan, these are lessons. So, that's
I'm learning so much.
But it's the problem here is that TNA, like you're saying, is stupid, and they're going to keep paying, and they're going to keep paying for his court fees because they think that Jeff Hardy is a super big star they just can't afford to let go of. Meanwhile, they actually have indie dudes who could make a championship run, who could make a giant push, and they can't because there's a fucking drug addict and a dealer at the top of the chain.
We've complained for so long about WWE not moving people up in the food chain. Now they're doing it, and we're seeing the benefit. TNA, you've had this talent for so long, but
They've
you
had
keep going
better
back.
talent, too.
And they've had better talent. But hands down, they've had better talent. And people, I'm sorry, people that I think can do the main event, in their style, somewhere in between WWE and Ring of Honor, but the closest they've gone to pulling that trigger is Samoa Joe.
And
Really.
Styles. And Samoa Joe, like I said, I consider
Christian when he came over, but he was still a turncoat. So that he was like, here's the WWE guy, and we're going to give him a chance.
But Christian actually has the charisma and the mic skills to handle it.
Yeah,
Not to mention the high flying ability and the high impact stuff that TNA.
But, I mean, you got a guy like AJ Styles who can carry, sort of. You get someone like a Samoa Joe who's a screamer. And all he does is he gets on the mic and cuts old 80s style WWF promos where it's just, it's Sunday and I'm going to come kick your ass because I'm pissed off at you. That's not carrying a storyline. That's just saying
now
you're going to kick someone's
now
ass.
he cares about how congregation funds are being spent. Now he's Samoa Joe the politician.
Punk.
I remember when he
cares
just
about
killed
kids.
people. When he just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he
His
wrestled.
first
Joe
match
kills
against
people.
fucking what's his name? The Motor City Machine Gun.
Yeah.
Not Alex Shelley, the other one.
The
Chris
other
Sabin.
guy.
Chris Sabin.
Yeah.
Chris Sabin. His first match came in at TNA against Chris Sabin. Incredible.
Well,
Just
no,
fucking
his first match was with Sanjay Dutt. But then he had a really good match with Chris Sabin on one of the pay-per-views. I love those days when they would just put wrestling matches together that, didn't have a whole lot of storyline behind them, but were just good matches.
Yeah. I think I'm actually waiting for a Daniel Bryan CM Punk match in WWE.
Yeah. Oh, the people.
That'll happen this year.
Yeah, and it'll
You're
happen
right,
this
yeah.
year, and it'll be awesome. That'll be on the DVR forever.
Yeah.
By the way, can we talk about Daniel Bryan
Yeah, go ahead.
and his awesomeness on Raw?
That was,
Go
man.
ahead. What do you like in there?
I just thought it was like Daniel Bryan. First of all, sir, I know you listen.
Daniel Bryan does listen to the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Sure.
Daniel Bryan does. Damn it!
We have nothing
You
against
never
vegans here.
ever break up a girl fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You never break up, especially if it's your girlfriend going against two twins. That, my friend, is an opportunity.
He's got a point.
Yo, he's.
No, I literally cracked up laughing on the floor when Gail said what we were all thinking for the past, 8 months now. The fact that the Bellas have nothing to do now that they
was
got rid of the
amazing.
guest host thing.
That
Yeah,
was the
Gail
best
Kim just
line
came
in
out and
the
said
game
that
so
shit. You have nothing to do with that. The
That was
guest
the
hosts are
best
gone.
line.
It's true, kind
By the
of.
way, who was the last guest host?
Oh wow. What?
There's your trivia question for the evening.
Who was the last guest?
David
Was it
Arquette.
Yeah, David
Arquette?
It was David
Yeah.
Arquette, and it was that
Unfortunately.
bad.
Yeah. We'll never
David
do this
Arquette
again.
ruined it.
Now
for
hold on a
everyone.
second. We got something going on here. Is it? Do I have audio here?
There we go.
Oh, the Val Venus video.
Oh,
I'm not-
I love Val Venus.
Oh, I'm not getting audio for. Oh, it's the computer. Okay. No, we can't do video. Apparently, I'm sorry, WrestleFan. We'll work on that. I'll work on this while we're talking. We'll see if we can get it before the end of the show. Anyways, but yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, it's again back to that acknowledgement of what everybody's thinking.
That fourth wall.
Yeah, that
who's
fourth wall.
doing what?
Like, you're not doing anything around here since. Yeah, it's like.
By the way, did anybody catch the fact that was Michael Tarver?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what
Why
the
is
fuck
Michael
was
Tarver showing
back-
up? He showed up on SmackDown.
He was on SmackDown too. He was just randomly walking around.
Like,
No, he was in there when Teddy Long got attacked for some reason.
what is Michael
they
Tarver doing other than this and wearing a fake ski mask with a T on it? Like, what is? Why is he using this? Why is he using the glacier mask? Why was that a thing?
Hey, that was fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says.
Can I get-
love
can Michael
Tarver
Tar-
coming in with the "I'm gonna murder you" mask. That was good stuff.
Can we get Michael Tarver a laser show?
We have a minute and a half video here.
I need more Burger King. I need more McDonald's. I need more grapes. God, skid
We
mark.
can't do video. I'm sorry, it's not working.
Well, pretty much what it is, it's a fake Matt Hardy yelling at Val Venus about how he has so many Twitter followers, more than him, and while he sits on his, eating Burger King and all this other crap. And yeah, it sums it up pretty well.
I mean, it sums up Matt Hardy as in a whole.
Hey, this might be a good time for a modern Matt fact.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Yes.
Good. I was about to mention that.
Matt is always delighted to find Cheeto crumbs in his belly button.
Jeez, man.
Do you guys want another one?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I have it pulled up too, Mike. So.
Matt can stretch out the springs of a trampoline up to 4 feet long just by laying in the middle of it.
Here's one. Matt feels cheated when he eats Swiss cheese because of those pointless holes.
There's so much cheese that they just waste.
Yeah, it's like watching HD in standard. You don't know what the rest is going on here.
Matt's middle name is Moore. It's actually short for More Please.
I haven't seen that one.
Matt may strongly dislike mustard, but that doesn't stop him from drinking it out of the bottle.
Matt came up with the Domino's order tracker by gluing a GPS to the car of one of the drivers when he was 2 minutes late.
We hate you, Matt Hardy.
Tremendous.
Matt, having plenty of experience with his brother, has learned that posting bail and rolls of pennies annoys the police.
Oh, man.
Matt could totally beat Drew McIntyre at any video game as long as it doesn't involve the Wii Fit.
Oh, no. Matt's current look / weight gain is due to his conversion to his Samoan heritage, for he is now Matt Kishi.
Matt bet on the Packers today and stands to win an aquarium tank full of nacho cheese if they do. Go
That's the best one. That is the best one.
No, the best one is the one after that. Matt is asexual and doesn't have a girlfriend by choice and choice only.
Matt gets off on people saying his name. Literally.
Matt only had one gay experience in his whole life. 0 if you remember that Shannon wearing makeup doesn't count.
Oh, Shannon Moore.
Since someone brought up the Super Bowl, I would like to take this moment to thank both Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin for not making me feel like a loser for watching wrestling.
Oh, yeah. The Mike Tomlin, after accepting the AFC Championship trophy, going like, and they were doing big, yo!
Yeah.
I'm like,
there's
really?
that.
Tomlin?
And then he incorporates the "you can't see me" in the defensive play calling.
Yeah, we saw that.
That was during the Ravens game. And
there was
Aaron,
like he didn't move, but it was like a little bit of this going on.
Right.
A little bit of that.
And Aaron
Ike
Rodgers
Taylor does that. Ike Taylor does that.
Well, Ike Taylor does that, yeah. Does the full on.
And Aaron Rodgers, his belt celebration after he runs in a touchdown himself.
That was B.J.
Aaron
Raji.
Rodgers is the ultimate.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers does it, and B.J. Raji, the big lineman who intercepted
for
a touchdown, did it.
Right.
I sent out a tweet that said that Aaron Rodgers is now suing his teammate for celebration infringement because this big lineman intercepted a touchdown, ran into the end zone, did the belt, and then shook his ass. Literally. Like, it was... I don't even know how to describe it.
It was awesome.
I'm telling you, man. It's wrestling. Wrestling is 1-to-1 with football. Look at
Bart Scott. The Bart Scott after the Jets beat the Patriots.
Yeah,
cut an Ultimate Warrior style promo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the other thing.
Shaking the ropes.
I gotta find this one article, but there's a little bit more on the Jets and Hulk Hogan. Actually, I don't know if you guys saw that. It was all over ESPN. But look at these guys are the jocks, from varying backgrounds. Of course, they're into wrestling. Matt Cook was at SmackDown for the Penguins. I mean, this is
Jeff Reed showed up to every single WWE pay-per-view that came to town.
Oh yeah,
every WWE event that was on TV, Jeff Reed was there.
Oh yeah.
I saw Jeff Reed was there. Max Starks always showed up.
To be fair, Jeff Reed was there because he was watching Randy Orton trying to figure out how to kick.
Wow.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Jeff
done.
Reed also is kind of a dirty human being. So there's that.
Filthy.
Yeah, that's the number one.
Does anybody have seen or have the Jets guy that
Bart Scott?
Is it Bart Scott? Yeah.
He cut the promo.
He cut. What was the promo he cut on the mic?
Right after they beat.
He was like, I grew up watching Hulk Hogan or something like that.
So yeah, he cut a promo. It was right after they beat the Patriots, and they're still on the field. He's still in full friggin' uniform. Yes. And he has his the reporter is like, oh yeah, how do you feel? You beat the Patriots, blah blah blah, and he goes off and cuts an Ultimate Warrior style promo.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I know you can pull that up.
I'm trying to. Yeah. But Hulk Hogan responded in an interview with ESPN apparently.
Wait, Sorg, do you want to send me a quote? Maybe we can have Hulk Hogan read it.
Maybe.
How many brothers
Is that
are
it?
in it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold it up to the mic there.
Oh,
To
jeez.
all the non-believers. How did that? To all the non-believers. Especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat. So how did that just feel? Felt great. Poetic justice. We know we were a much better team than we came up and represented ourselves. And we're pissed off. We're ready to come back and show what kind of defense, what kind of team this was, what kind of character we had. We take a lot of slack. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it playoffs. We're a good football team. Looks like this team
This is
played with
tremendous.
anger all day. Why, Mark? All you non-believers disrespect us, talk crap about the defense, like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected.
This is great. All football should be like this.
Can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have
That
this
was-
feeling that like all football players have that kind of promo skill inside of them. They
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
They don't normally let it out.
Well, the big thing that what was the guy in Baltimore was starting the game with pep talks like that, and they were talking.
It was Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis has been
Rice?
doing it for
Lewis?
years. No, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. And to the point where the ESPN actually interviewed Hulk Hogan about this, and he says, "I can tell Bart's been watching wrestling. It's pretty cool because a lot of these guys are afraid to step outside the box. Sometimes when you say stuff, you believe it, and it happens." He also says when his career's over, if he wants to make some real money, tell him to give me a call, and we'll break him in the right way into wrestling.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
let's be honest here. Most of the time when an athlete gets, they get some, airtime, and they're like, how do you feel about the game? They're a good team.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we prepare strongly.
Yeah.
They got a great
Yeah.
offense. They got a great defense. We
But-
can't, even when the team,
Both teams play hard. Both teams
sucks.
play hard.
Yeah.
Both teams play hard. We don't want to make sure that we don't sleep on these guys. And they play this whole thing. Bart Scott doing that is like, I want that to happen. I want somebody to
It's
just
the
freak
XFL.
out.
It's the XFL, man.
I want them to just go, yeah, we're going to beat their ass. We're going to whip them. We're going to kick their asses in. And I want that.
Well,
See,
I mean,
that's-
we've
I
had
want
that
it.
problem.
You guys
with the
remember?
NFL, you
Did
never
you guys
know what
hear
they're gonna
the
fine
interview
you
that
for.
Wes Welker did about the Jets?
No.
What's
Oh,
that?
yeah. They were talking crap to each
Like
other the entire week.
Feet, he put like 32 references to feet or something in a promo he did essentially
Yeah.
when they were
That's
talking
great.
about Rex Ryan.
It's great. I mean, we talk a lot about how UFC has horrible promos going up until Brock Lesnar got in there because nobody
yeah.
knows how to talk. And,
Yeah.
and then how do you build up to a pay-per-view? Obviously, they're doing something right. They're kicking the pants off WWE's pay-per-view buy rates.
Well, that's
But-
because it's legitimate sport. It has nothing to do with the
Yeah,
build-up.
yeah. But still, they could use some more build-up to
Yeah.
these things.
I think that they have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't want to go down that road, though.
Okay. Or do they?
They-
Come on, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar,
Oh,
yes.
dude, Brock Lesnar cut a heel promo as soon as he won.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I
like,
get-
"Can you see me now?" That's Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass."
I get that bit, but still, I don't think that Dana White and the UFC want to go down the WWE. I'm cutting promos or building fights up.
I think
that
you're
sort
right
of
to
thing.
a point. Because have you ever seen MMA from Japan, like on HD
No.
Fights, HDNet or something? It's tremendous. If you ever get a chance, I don't know if you have HDNet.
Yeah.
But Friday night they usually have around K1 stuff like that.
Yeah, K1 and Pride.
You
that
go
sort
and
of
they're
stuff.
in these huge domes, and they have a WrestleMania size set. There's one where the guys came out. There were 2 ramps above the crowd that the one guy walked down and the other guy walked out on. This huge thing, and UFC really doesn't do that. I mean, don't they still walk through the crowd to a point? I mean, they're very the old boxing feel. I think that they could, if they wanted to, become more of a
Which is
spectacle.
cool to a point.
But they don't.
I mean,
I think the UFC prides itself,
Mhm.
and because they have to. They also, even if they aren't, and they clearly aren't, they still have to beat the stigma of
Yeah.
the WWE.
Well, they have
and,
to,
and wrestling.
and they do have.
Well, they
an
also
uphill,
have to beat the way too violent stigma.
Yeah, they
Right.
have an uphill climb there because they're trying to become respectable to the athletic commissions
Yeah.
and all their detractors of
So
the sport.
they play towards the boxing side of things.
Yeah.
Because they know that the athletic commissions in Nevada and Florida and New Jersey,
It's right
and-
up their alley.
and-
They're
and
familiar with
California,
it.
They know they're like, okay, this is effectively a boxing event where guys can use their knees.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how the athletic commissions are treating them. Not because that's what it is, but that's how they're treating it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that if you started cutting real promos like, I'm going to break your neck, I'm going to beat his ass, like, you know, you're not going to get, I don't think the athletic commissions want to hear two guys talking about breaking each other's necks.
Well, at the same time you say that, they air The Ultimate Fighter.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, The Ultimate Fighter does two things. It builds up a new star that's going to win the contest, or whatever, and become the Ultimate Fighter and everything. But they also have a fight between the two trainers.
Mm-hmm.
And the two trainers each week are essentially just cutting promos on each other.
Yeah, I mean they're making fun of each other and they're saying things to each other because they know that part of the reason the Ultimate Fighter exists is to promote that fight, because that fight is always the main event.
It's the blow off
of that.
It's the marquee.
It's the blow off.
Yeah.
So I think that when they talk about that sort of thing, and they don't want to do promos because they don't want to go down WWE's path, but they still want to build up that spectacle. I think they're trying to walk that line, and they can't figure out what side to go on. They can't figure out whether, if they go the WWE path, they have to go the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got to have Brock Lesnar and Rampage Jackson ready, just talking crazy shit to each other. They have to have that all the way through. If they don't, then they're no better than just a random boxing pay-per-view. But then again, the greatest promo cutter of all time is Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, nobody beats him. Nobody. He was cutting promos in like the 60s, long before people actually cut promos. You know, he was saying crap in the media like, I'm going to whip his ass. He's not even going to see it coming. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And nobody saw that coming. Because everybody else was like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm going to weigh in. I'm going to fight this guy, and then I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a cheeseburger.
I'm going to go have a cheeseburger.
Well, on that note, I think we need to learn so we can get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleFan, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned from pro wrestling this week is that the Royal Rumble is always a treat for me. Just the excitement of the whole thing. 30 men. It's getting to...
WrestleFan, learn from wrestling.
Thank you, Chachi. And, you know, with the added 10 extra members to the Royal Rumble, I think it will cause a lot more excitement, a lot more intrigue. I think that the pay-per-view needs.
No piss breaks.
Mm-hmm. And I also learned what a cookie means.
And also, WrestleFan, don't text anyone who wins the Royal Rumble.
Yes, I will. Sorry, Lunchbox. I will remember not to do that.
My foot on the keyboard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope that the Rumble has actual, like, long-standing parts where there's 10 or 15 plus guys in the ring. Last year they went like the entire opening of the match, and they let CM Punk do his promos, which was awesome. But they had like these long stretches where there wasn't more than like 3 or 4 guys in the ring, which was kind of
CM Punk was in there, and he was essentially eliminating everyone until Triple H came in, dumped his ass over, and then everyone started filling up.
Right. But I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope they get 15, 20 guys in the ring and makes it that crazy Rumble, because they build it up that there's 40 guys in the ring and there's not.
Yeah.
At the most, there's like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Maybe there'll be 30. I don't know.
I learned to love cookies, but I don't know how.
That pretty much sums up the WrestleFan project.
Yeah, that pretty much does sum up gold. Mad Mike, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned 2 very important things this week, Sorgatron.
Okay.
One, I learned that TNA is sponsoring Scream 4 because there is a crazy redhead person stabbing monsters in the back with a spiked board.
Okay.
for those of you who didn't watch TNA, TNA ended their show with Abyss coming out of the entrance ramp like a scared child, and he fell forward with Janice stuck in his back. I wish I was making any of that up.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked like they killed him.
So,
yes, and spoilers, this week on Impact, Abyss is somehow going to win a match.
There you go. Well, Janice is basically a 2x4
with nails
sticking
sticking
out.
out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And the other thing I learned this week, Edge and Christian have a time machine with a flux capacitor and a phone booth and Edge and Christian action figures that you can build in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 video game. And I'm so happy I'm not making any of that up.
Wait, so you can, if you have SmackDown vs. Raw 2011,
yes,
you can get
and you play the Christian storyline.
Uh-huh.
You play the Christian storyline, and you talk to Edge at Elimination Chamber. Edge is talking about a time machine, and then you can actually go around the backstage area. You find action figures, you find a flux capacitor, and you find a phone booth, and you build a time machine.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yes, and you use it to do like all the side quests in the Road to WrestleManias. Once you hop in the time machine, you can go to any week in the Road to WrestleMania.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's nice.
So you don't have to replay the whole thing over and over again.
I will say this: in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, Christian was the U.S. champion, Intercontinental champion, one half of the tag team champions, and I think I had one of the main belts on him at one point in my quest to make Christian the greatest wrestler of all time. Because Christian, I am a peak.
By the way, Dark Horse, Christian wins the Rumble.
Oh, that'd be good to bring him back in the relatively. I mean, they had him on Slammy, so why not, right?
Yeah, there's so many people they can bring back, though.
Yeah, definitely.
For the benefit of those with flash photography.
That's right. LB, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
Yes, sir.
What'd you learn?
I learned a very important thing. I learned that CM Punk is clearly the way and the light. He's really offering us a better chance at life. I think we all accept it. Otherwise, we're going to be doomed to spelling core with 2 R's like retards for the rest of our lives. And I also learned that if you're a moderately popular wrestler years ago, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can spit in the face of the legal system, leave the country in the middle of a trial, and not show up for fucking court.
Fantastic.
That's what I learned.
From the chat room. From the chat room, guys. First of all, Bobby FJ Town says Barry Horowitz is going to win the Rumble. Hot Wheels learned
Tony Gurria.
Jumpin' Jimmy DeFazio. Hot Wheels learned that mustard is a great weapon. I knew that. I almost got mustard on my camera this weekend. I would have been very pissed. Yeah, there was mustard involved in this match.
Yeah.
Was this was this for the hot dog championship?
Might as well have been.
Was Matt Hardy involved in this match?
Amazingly, no, right? I mean, let's see. And from Riz, he learned that every group now needs a big British guy.
I didn't know that. Is Ezekiel Jackson British?
No, but he's kind of had a British accent on Raw.
That was weird. That was weird.
He's from like Guyana or something like that. He needs to work.
I'm just like, we've heard him talk before, right?
And he talked like an American.
Yeah. Just like, where did this come from?
So he's the reverse
Randy Orton.
No, he's taking promo tips from Booker T.
Oh, I get it.
When he was, just randomly sounding like a Jamaican for no reason at all.
He pulled the reverse Kofi.
There you go. There you go.
Pinkies up, kids. Pinkies up.
Chachi, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that Triple H will go wherever he is needed.
What?
I was watching Sunday NFL Countdown, waiting for the playoff games to start this weekend. And they were talking about Aaron Rodgers and doing his belt celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought Triple H on. Triple H cut like a 15-second promo talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Man.
That's great.
full get up, like the full slick back ponytail, the normal suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all business.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
AJ, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned.
Sorry, Bobby F.J. Town is my most favorite person ever.
Why? What's he saying there?
Heath Slater is the only clear American English speaker in that group, and he has ginger soul crushing powers.
He does, and he does.
Fantastic.
That's true because I forgot Justin Gabriel's from Africa.
Just for this one, because you guys will appreciate this. Bobby and I watch wrestling pay-per-views at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Greensboro.
Mm.
If you ever want to know what Bobby looks like, you guys watch Pawn Stars?
No.
I have.
Yeah. He looks like the old man.
No way.
Swear to God. Hand up to Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Hand to 6 pound, 8 ounce baby Jesus looks like the old man on Pawn Stars.
Man.
The younger version. He clearly will admit
Younger
it too.
version. He says younger version in the chat room.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's your little personal fact about Bobby. But yeah, what did I learn from wrestling this week? I learned that eventually Michael Cole will just be the voice of all of the WWE, and no one else will be allowed to talk.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate.
I know it's unfortunate, but he's
like
always...
Natalia smacks him in the fucking face.
That would be so vintage.
Well, I mean, they have the they have him on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still doing NXT?
I think so.
No, he isn't. Josh Matthews has taken his role of berating all the rookies.
Tooken. What I learned from the Wrestling Mayhem show is that "tooken" is a word.
I am AJ. I am 5.
Get that cookie. Get that cookie.
Also could be a show title.
So yeah, but Michael Cole he's the voice of everything.
Yeah.
So eventually I fully believe that that's going to happen, and Things Cole Says should be your account on Twitter that you follow for all of your breaking Michael Cole updates. And he missed a good one, but the guy who runs the Things Cole Says account is in Michigan, so he was at Raw in Detroit. So he missed all of the great Michael Cole lines, and there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's like because usually he's kind of riding the line between being a complete heel announcer and but he was like he didn't give a crap last night.
Yeah. Last night he was extra annoying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He might have known that the guy that runs the Things Cole Says account was in Detroit.
The coal miners.
Oh, but by the way, one quick final thing. Because Cole kept calling Natalia hefty and all that stuff on Raw, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Apparently, Natty responded via Twitter that he can call me hefty all he wants, but this diva is built in the front, stacked in the back, and proud of every inch.
There you go.
AJ, what is stacked in the back?
That's her new
for those of you who are on this who don't understand what stacked in the back means, it means that she has a large posterior. I don't know if you know what that word means. She has got a big old dunk in her butt. She's got a big old ass. I don't know if you know that.
Get that off the screen.
and it's from Calgary. Dramatic.
What's on the screen?
Those people.
Alberta, Canada.
Don't worry about
What's on the screen?
Her ass is the pride of Alberta, Canada.
AJ needs to be our new spokesperson.
Anyways, on that note.
Give me your money.
I learned that if you're going to do a dog collar match, don't get like the rings that take like the ones with the screw device on them and take forever to screw in. That really kills the momentum of a match when you gotta go like this with the referee putting it on.
Who did that?
That's the thing I was at this past weekend.
Okay, the chat room is on tonight.
I don't think that was. I really don't think that was an actual match. I think that was just something really creepy that you were hanging out around.
No, that's pretty much wrestling, right?
No, the chat room is on tonight. Hot Wheels says she's a black man's dream.
You don't understand that, do you?
We'll explain that to her. We gotta get out of here.
We gotta
guys.
go. We gotta
it's
go.
late.
We gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you go over to. I'm gonna make sure
Chachi
everyone's up.
Plays.
ChachiPlays.com. It looked like for a moment there Val Venus was getting a blowjob, but anyways, go to ChachiPlays.com.
Whoa.
It's for the kids. It's the
For the
appropriate
kids.
considering. For the kids, Chachi plays 24 hours. We probably should have a paramedic on hand. Make your donation. AJ pledged his donation
Yes,
earlier
already
tonight.
did.
That's
I
right.
did. I did. I
He-
pledged mine.
He
That's
is
right.
getting a whole hour.
I'm getting a whole hour of video games with my good friend Chachi.
That's right.
Yeah.
For every up to 24 hours, for every $100 we raise, Chachi will play video games.
That's right.
Straight through. This will be
Straight
streamed
through.
live here on SorgatronMedia.com.
Or you
so
can come
please
down
join
in
us here.
person.
Come down in person. Ninja Entertainment down MIB Ninja Entertainment down on Smithville Street, right here in Pittsburgh, PA. But it'll be streamed for everybody out there, and please donate. It's for the kids. Mario Lemieux Foundation. Our friends, can we announce who's going to be there?
I don't care.
The guys from the Freak Show are going to be there. Jim Loke from KDKA. Ginny gets an hour from That's Church.com.
Yeah, Jimmy and Roy are going to sit down and play video games with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
And me.
Yes.
And me. Woo!
So it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen.
I heard a Ric Flair woo. Someone needs to get chopped.
Oh, please. All right, go
we're
ahead.
not.
Ian hit me. Oh, fuck,
Oh,
that was my nipple.
Ladies and gentlemen,
fair, dude.
you've been all great. Hit us up, WrestlingMayhemShow.com, at Mayhem Show on Twitter. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS069670.
Sorry, just throwing out numbers.
For AJ, Chachi, WrestleFan, Man Mike, LB, I'm the Sorgatron, and we are out of here.
Black and yellow bitches.
Basic
Black
Focus
and
on the
yellow.
outro.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take